Hi, Nige back here again with another inbox review, and today we're going to be looking at Minefield Models Abrams Tusk 2. Okay, this is kit number 5004. It looks like a cracking kit. With this one, it comes with this like clamshell armor on the side skirts and the side of the turret. You'll have to bear with me, I'm not that much into tanks, but I thought we'd crack the box and see what's in there. So as normal, we will start with the instruction manual. Okay, so we've got our sprue map, that's about it. We've got our pake calls out in MiG ammo. Okay, not ideal, but yeah, that's where we are. So we've got this one from the 1st Battalion, 2nd Secondary Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade, 4th Infantry Division, Baghdad, July 2008. This one is the 68th Armoured Regiment, 1st Brigade, 4th Infantry Division, Iraq. And then the 1st Battalion, 35th Armour Regiment. Okay, this one I like, especially with the camo and then the different coloured bleaky armour on the side. So straight in, okay, we've got building the turret and the main cannon. Okay, so it tells you where to put holes in, okay, for the turret to add all these what look like rails or what have you for some of the other armour. We then move into adding some decking plates before we add the upper part and the lower part of the turret with the gun sandwiched inside. We then move on to adding some more parts to the turret. We've got a basket that we build up for the rear of the turret as shown here, and you've got the two types, one with rounded side or one with a square side. More cage type parts going on. We have the some vision ports for the gun on the top, the machine gun, probably a 30 or 50 cal. Still on the turret, we've got a hatch that's going built, another machine gun. So the one might have been a 30mm, this might be a 50mm. I don't know too much about the Abrams, if I'm honest. We've got some armoured glass going round this main gun to protect the operator. Again, some more parts for the actual hatch. Before then we start looking at putting on this clamshell armour onto the actual turret. We've got some boxes that go together. We then add some more of these parts to, oh wait a minute. So, right, okay, so M1A2 Tusk 1, Tusk 2 turret assembly. This is a Tusk 1 turret assembly, the M1A1. So this is obviously has different parts on there. That's why it's all in green. Again with the cages, the machine guns look like they've got different parts to it to help protect the operator, which then go on. Yes, you can see on here, this has got a lot less armor than the previous one. We then move on to the lower hull and the lower decking, and I'm just seeing what this part is. It's a torsion bar for the front and rear. No, torsion bars go all the way through for the suspension. All the wheels then go together. The radiators on the back, or we used to call them louvers, on the back, and same on this side. Before we then move on to the tracks, and we've got 78 pieces for each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces per track link. 6 pieces per track link, I think. I don't know, but you've got a guide to help you build it, so you can build them along and then put them together before you then put the side skirts on. So we've got this one, and then we've got the other type over here, okay, which is the more boxy type as opposed to the clamshell type. We then put all the boxes in, add the upper turret to the lower turret, and then we have a Abrams tank all built. Okay, cool. So we're just going to work through one at a time. You have to bear with me because I don't know what's what with these ones. Okay, so we have our upper and lower turret. We've got some of the cage work, some of the louvers that are on there. Okay, so we'll just start with the turret, and as you can, I don't know if you can see that actually, but we have got some non-slip coating on there, on the lower turret, again on some of these deckings for the rear of the turret, and some really nice detailed work on the actual louvers and what have you themselves. Next sprue, okay, so this one we've got parts of the gun and some of the fenders on there. Okay, again some decking plates and some of the smaller littler bits on there. Okay, so some really nice detail all the way through there. Really delicate parts, but really well done. Next one, we're on to side skirts and armour. So we've got the side skirts and we've got the armour here. Okay, plus some other parts for some of the armour with the where the armoured glass goes in to protect the operators of the two guns on the top. So again, it's really nice sharp detail, some nice raised and recessed parts on there, all the way from like little nuts for the round where the armoured glass goes in. So we've got the upper deck of the hull. So you can see all this anti-slip coating texture actually on the tank itself. Looks really nice. Not overly done just right, if you ask me. Lower part of the lower hull and the side skirts. So these are another part for another bit of the armour. So the bow plate, okay, the side skirts, and again some nice raised and recessed detail on there. We've got the main hull. So we've got the main hull here. Again, some nice detail where all these torsion bars go through, bolts for the actual running gear. That's where that plate would sit along there that we've just looked at. We have a bag of wheels. I am only going to get one out if I can find out where to open it. There we are. Okay, so I'm just going to get one out. Alright, so the back side of the wheels and then the front side. Again, some nice nut and bolt detail of the idler and the can't remember what they call them, the main running cog, that might be there, I'm not certain, or whatever. Okay, we've got the return rollers and some of the torsion bars and the actual extension legs just there. I'm not going to take all these out, okay, but there we've got our track pads, okay, or parts of the actual tracks themselves. So those are the pads, and those I think are the ones that go on the inside of the actual tracks themselves. Then we've got all these parts, okay, so all these parts are for joining the tracks together. Two sprues in this bag. Okay, and we have got in here one of the machine guns, okay, some jerry cans with fuel and water ones, which is what it'd be like out in the field, and that looks really, really nice. The machine gun there looks really nice. It's actually got a drilled out end, okay, so yeah, spot on. The next one, okay, we've got a slight warp to this one, but there's no big parts in it, so I can't see it being a major issue. We've got some of the actual hatches, the lids, and other odds and sods aerials, okay, so you'll have your whip aerials and all that sort of stuff on there. You've got your flare dispensers, and again, some really nice detail. Ammo box for one of the machine guns, or the cannons, a smaller jimpy, okay, on there. This one's all those little parts for the track, okay, and you can see that we've got some that have got holes in and some that are solid. Last, plastic sprue. Okay, so we've got some parts of the hull or the upper turret, and we've got the non-slip texture on there. The armor for the guns. Okay, so really, really nice detail all the way through. Oh no, we've got another one, another part of the camshell. I reckon those ones are for the actual turret. That bit's there to help you build your tracks, so you can build them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts, and then put them all together to build your workable track links. Okay. The clear part, I am not going to open this because it's got some parts that have come off, which you can see down here from the side here, probably lights or something. But these clear parts for the hatches and the vision ports and all that sort of stuff. And they look quite nice. And then we move on to the front wedge parts for some grills and the decals, which I'm not going to take them out. I like that ghetto blaster. That's 2. And Gremlin. Really cool, that. So that is Rifle Models M1A2 Tusk 1-2. Okay, it looks like a really nice kit, and I think it'll be a really impressive model once it's all built up. Okay, the tracks, I think it's same with a lot of Rifle Models tracks. There's a lot of cleanup, but then you've got that flexibility that you'd be able to put them on and move them and all that sort of stuff. And they're made of plastic, it's their rubber bands, so you're going to be able to paint and weather them as you would do normally. I think that's it from me. Looks, like I said, looks a cracking kit, so hopefully you enjoy it. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.